Hello students, welcome to 5th semester chemistry online classes. Today I am going to start a chapter from paper 1. The chapter name is Organic Synthesis via Enolates. This chapter is part of an organic chemistry. Organic synthesis via enolates. In this topic, we are going to learn acidity of alpha hydrogen, keto-enol tautomerism, enol tautomerism, preparation of ethyl acetoacetate and diethyl malonate. After successful synthesis of these unique compounds, we will focus on organic synthesis. Application of these unique compounds in organic synthesis. By using these interesting compounds, we can prepare ketones, carboxylic acids, dicarboxylic acids, and heterocyclic compounds. In this topic, we are going to learn synthesis of ketones, carboxylic acid, dicarboxylic acid, heterocyclic compounds by using ethyl acetoacetate and diethyl malonate. Today I am going to explain about acidity of alpha hydrogen. Let's take our topic acidity of alpha hydrogen. Alpha hydrogen. What is an alpha hydrogen? The hydrogen which is present on alpha carbon, we call it as alpha hydrogen. Next obvious question is, what is an alpha carbon? The alpha carbon is the carbon which is directly attached to the functional group. We call it as alpha carbon. Let's take an example. Here our functionality will be some X function group, let us assume, and this carbon is directly attached to the function group. We call it as alpha carbon. Next carbon we call it as beta carbon, and next carbon we call it as gamma, and delta it is so on. And here the hydrogens which are present on alpha carbon, we call it as alpha hydrogen. The hydrogens which are present on beta carbon, we call it as beta hydrogens. The hydrogens which are present on gamma carbon, we call it as gamma hydrogens. I would like to take a few examples to explain alpha hydrogen. Example 1. Let's take alkyl halide. CH2X. Here X is our functional group. It may be any halogen. The carbon atom which is directly attached to the X, we call it as alpha carbon atom. And the hydrogens which are present on the alpha carbon, we call it as alpha hydrogen. Here how many alpha hydrogens we have? 2 hydrogens. And next carbon we call it as beta carbon. Here we have 3 beta hydrogens. Let me take another example. I am taking acetone, the simplest ketone. Here how many alpha hydrogens are present in this acetone? In this molecule we have keto functionality, and the next carbon we call it as alpha carbon. This is alpha and this is alpha. The hydrogens which are present on the alpha carbon, we call it as alpha hydrogens. We have total 6 alpha hydrogens are present in the acetone, and these all 6 hydrogens are chemically equivalent. It is not a mandatory that only one alpha carbon should be present in the molecule. It may be more. Acidic strength of the alpha hydrogen depends upon the functional group. Here if we take an electron withdrawing group which shows greater acidic nature, what could be the reason? Here I am taking a general example. Carbon, I am keeping at least one hydrogen and it is attached to electron withdrawing group. EWG is electron withdrawing group. Here we know that electron withdrawing group, it will pull electron density towards itself, which is having a strong dragging ability. The carbon electron withdrawing group, the bonded pair of electrons which are strongly attracts towards the electron withdrawing group side. As a result, alpha carbon will develop a positive charge. Once alpha carbon developed a positive charge, to nullify this, alpha carbon drag carbon hydrogen bonded electrons toward itself. As a result, this hydrogen held very loosely. Hence, it loses easily H plus, and H plus donors we call it as acids. Along with the electron withdrawing group, there are other factors play a role in deciding strength of the alpha hydrogen. That is acidic strength of the alpha hydrogen. Let me discuss with an example. I am taking here acidity of carbonyl compounds. Acidity of carbonyl compounds. The best system I am taking for this explanation is carbonyl compounds. I am taking a general one. There is a R. Here I am taking a hydrogen. I am keeping at least minimum one alpha hydrogen. Here this is alpha carbon and this hydrogen is alpha hydrogen. I am keeping at least one. It will solve our purpose. If I add a base B minus, here C double bond O group is electron withdrawing group. It will pull electron clouds towards itself. As a result, it will develop a positive charge on the carbon, and this carbon which will drag carbon hydrogen bonded pair of electrons towards alpha carbon. As a result, this hydrogen will lose as a H plus. Now H plus and B minus which will form a BH here. The base which is having x of electron which is given to the H plus which will form BH, and these carbon hydrogen bonded electrons now it is shifted towards the carbon which form an intermediate is called carbanion. Carbanion is stabilized by resonance. Here how the delocalization is taking place. Carbon and oxygen. Oxygen is a more electronegative element which can drag the pi bond electrons towards itself. As a result, this carbon will get a positive charge, and the adjacent carbon which is having a negative charge which readily gives to the carbon which forms carbon-carbon double bond. I am writing the structure R O minus C double bond C. Now these two are resonating to each other. This structure we call it as enolate ion, or commonly we call it as enolate. In these two resonating structure, the negative charge is delocalizing from carbon atom to the oxygen atom. Any system which is having electron delocalization or negative charge delocalization which reduces the potential energy. If potential energy of the system decreases, the stability increases. The stability we can explain by taking a orbital concept. To understand simply, I am taking this is the portion of the molecule, carbon negative charge and C double bond O. Here I am writing carbon C double bond O. Carbon is having negative charge, and remaining part I am removing here to understand simply. Here this carbon is undergoing sp2 hybridization, carbonyl carbon is undergoing sp2 hybridization, oxygen also undergoing sp2 hybridization. So each atom is having one atomic orbital. I am drawing here carbon which is having one atomic orbital, carbon which is having one atomic orbital. These all are 2p atomic orbital. Now carbon and oxygen which is formed a double bond by sideway overlapping. This is always pi bonds which is involving atomic orbital overlapping, and the negative charge which is present in the atomic orbital. If we take a enolate ion, carbanion resonates with enolate ion. Here how the polarization is taking place, negative charge given to here, and the C double bond O, the oxygen is more electronegative, it can take its pi electron. As a result, carbon-carbon which will form pi bond, and oxygen we get a negative charge here, and here also all are 2p atomic orbital, 2p atomic orbital, and these all three atomic orbitals which are present in the same plane, and these are same atomic orbital. As a result, we can see a perfect overlapping. As a result of perfect overlapping, potential energy of the system decreases, acidity increases. Because potential energy decreases, stability increases. If it is stability increases, the carbonyl compound readily loses H plus. If it is readily loses H plus, that means which shows higher acidic strength. Hence, we can conclude that the acidic strength of the carbonyl compound is depends upon formation of enolate ion. The carbanion which is forming a more stable carbanion, that means those molecules which will show greater acidic strength. Delocalization only the factor which play a role in acidic strength of the carbonyl compound? Absolutely not. Along with the formation of enolate ion, there are couple of other factors which will play acidic strength of the carbonyl compounds. To explain another factor, I am taking two examples. The first one is allylic system, and second one is I am taking a acetaldehyde carbonyl compound. Here, both the cases, it loses proton, let us assume, which formed a carbon ion. This carbon ion we call it as allylic carbon ion, and from aldehyde, if it is removed, I am taking a alpha hydrogen which formed a carbon ion. If you look at both the cases, if resonance is only the factor which is playing a role in the strength of the acidic, both the cases we can see resonance. So here carbon negative charge again shifted into the carbon. Here carbon negative charge is delocalized to the oxygen atom. If the delocalization is only the reason, both should show same acidity, but practically the allylic hydrogen having pK of 42 to 45 and alpha hydrogen of acetaldehyde is having pKa of 16.7. What is the rationality behind this? Why this showing a different pKa values? If pKa are lower, acidity will be higher. pKa and acidity is inversely proportional. Here the rationality is, in the allylic system, the negative charge is delocalizing to carbon atom. The negative charge basically migrating from carbon to another carbon. But in the alpha hydrogen case, the negative charge which is migrating carbon to the oxygen atom. Here oxygen is a more electronegative atom. It can comfortably hold negative charge. As a result, the potential energy decreases, stability increases. So because of this reason, which shows alpha hydrogen, the pK value will very less compared with the allylic hydrogen. So along with the formation of enolate, the oxygen also which is playing a role in the acidic strength of the carbonyl compound. Along with these two reasons, we have a third reason, that is polar effect. Now we are moving into third reason, polar effect. To explain this polar effect, I am taking a acetaldehyde as an example. And we know that this carbon is alpha carbon, this hydrogen is alpha hydrogen. If we had a base, it will abstract the proton, which will form a BH, and carbon ion generated. And I am writing here the remaining two hydrogen I kept here, negative charge, and we have C double bond OH. And we know that carbonyl compounds are polar. The C double bond O group is polar group. Carbon and oxygen, these are the two different electronegative elements. Oxygen is a more electronegative element than carbon. So here the bond polarity will be present in this fashion. And we know that it is a polar group which will develop a dipole. Oxygen is a more electronegative, delta negative charge, and carbon which will show delta positive charge. We call it as this dipole. and this is positive pole and this is negative pole. And here we have a stabilizing interactions. The carbon ion which is formed here, which is having a charge here, which charge is there on the carbon ion? Negative charge, which is interact with the positive pole of the dipole, and charge is negative and the dipole is positive. They are the adjacent, and this is a favorable interaction. This interaction we call it as charge dipole interaction. Charge dipole interaction, and which is a favorable interaction. If the favorable interactions are present, definitely the potential energy decreases, stability increases. Whatever the carbon ion which is formed, which is interact with the positive pole of the carbon, and this is a stabilizing interaction which will decrease the potential energy and stability increases. So I can conclude that the acidity of or acidic strength of the carbonyl compounds, which will be depend on three factors. The first one is the formation of enolate, and second one is electronegativity oxygen atom, and third is polar effect. So based on these three effects, how much strongly which is present in this given molecule, and it will show their corresponding acidic strength. With this I am concluding today's topic. Next class we will discuss about ketoenol tautomerism.